I am live on the Tiki Talk and I am live on the Stack. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Lightwork and Lifetalk podcast with me, Allison Rozelle. I am recording this live, but of course, much love to all the beautiful goddesses who listen to the replay. And you can listen to the replay on all the platforms. I decided today that I wanted to go ahead and do this live because I'm fired up. hmm And I really just wanted to talk about this. So let me just make a quick adjustment. Momento, por favor. Okay, I think that's better. All right, loves. So before we jump into this message, before we jump in, greetings, everything. Aaron, thank you, goddess. Y'all. So, all right. So before we jump in, today, at the time of this recording, the time of this live, it is Sunday. So we are beginning the week. So let's thanks for the cake. Excuse me. Let's do a little breathing, shall we? Let's do that. So everybody get yourself nice and comfy if you can. However you want to get comfortable. I'm not going to tell you how to get comfortable. You know what is comfortable for you. I just want to love on my 92% right now. That's what I want to do. And the way we're going to love on each other is we are going to become one with the breath. All right. You have an amazing day too. Thank you. So, if you're able to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you're not able to close your eyes, that's fine. You don't have to. Thank you. Beautiful gift. So, I want everyone put your hand over your heart chakra, and I want you to just feel every single breath flowing through your body right now. The breath that flows naturally. We're not forcing it, we're not making it happen. It just happens, and it's beautiful. So allow yourself to just become one with the breath. Allow yourself to just fully arrive in this moment. I know that we probably have things to do later on today, things that may have happened early this morning when you got up. But right now, let's just be in this moment together in this moment. Because this is all we have, y'all, is this moment. So just breathe and just feel your heartbeat, feel your breath, feel your body in this moment. Feel the presence of your spirit, your soul, your higher self. Now let's do some intentional breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And let's do one more deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Oh. Now open your eyes and let's get this party started. So I'm gonna pull us a card to get us started because I got some stuff to talk about. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give the title now. I put the title differently on the stat, but when it actually goes on to the podcast, it's gonna have this title. Black women. Black women. Where y'all at? Black women. The title is Black Women. We are done. We are done. We are done, Black women. We are done. Okay. So point your energy toward the cards. Let's get a message from our ancestors. And then we're going to jump into this message. Okay. This is a collective message for all of us. Yes, rich Osun sunflower. We are done. I am done. Yes. And it's so funny. This card was on the bottom of the deck when I picked it up and I started like shuffling it manually because, and I was like, that's interesting. And lo and behold, it makes its appearance. The altar of air. And this card rather, is about clarity. Clarity. It's time for us to get clear, y'all. We need to get clear on a lot of things. I'm not even going to read that because this is what aligns with my messaging today, and this is what's in my spirit. We need to get clear on some things. We need to get clear on our messaging. We need to get clear on our mission. We need to get clear on all of the things that matter to us as Black women. Now, let me just say this. We are not a monolith. What's a priority for me might not be a priority for you. But the way that we have to get on one accord and get clear means that we all have to be able to understand the gravity of this step that we take together. I am going to look this up for the affirmation because I know the affirmation is probably bomb. Of course, type this into the comments. I can see clearly now. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see clearly now. Even if you having some issues with some blocks right now, still, you can see clearly now. Now, the message today, Black women, we are done. This was actually inspired by a few things. So on Friday evenings, for those that are on, yes, all obstacles in my way, yes. For those who are on the Clock app, I would encourage you on Friday evenings to look up everything Aaron, Halleck, Hannah, and Carol West. They do this beautiful Black girl podcasting live where they talk about Black women podcasting, encouraging Black women to podcast, talking about their journey as podcasters. Hello, Goddess Mandisa. So happy to see you. So they talk about Black women podcasting, they give great tips and everything else. So when I was listening this past Friday, um, we were talking about how when Black women said that we were resting, that gets misconstrued by a lot of people because they think just because we say we're resting that we're just gonna lay back, eat bonbons, and do nothing else. So then what I had typed into the comments is we got to stop explaining ourselves on that. Something to that effect. And I believe that wholeheartedly. That's why I said Black women, we are done. I am tired of us feeling like we have to do things just because the rest of the world don't feel us or they want to act like they don't. So let's give a little background here. As we know, on November 6th of 2024, that fateful day of when we woke up and saw that the world or this country was not ready for a Black woman to lead them. So then we as Black women collectively decided there was no leader, there was no person to step forth. Our ancestors all gave us that tap and whisper, sit down, sit down somewhere, set it down. Them old folks back in the day, sit down somewhere. You knew you had to sit yourself down if them old folks looked at you in your eye. Them mothers, sit down somewhere. That's what they said. They told us to sit down, and with great reason. So then we fast forward to this most recent primary of where the beautiful Jasmine Crockett, who has been gerrymandered out of her congressional seat. So she was running for the Senate seat. And, you know, apparently they love her enough to do what she does as long as she's at the level that they want her to be. But then when she tries to elevate, they don't want that. I and the exit polling numbers are telling every time they're telling. And this is why I say for us as Black women, hear me and hear me well. And yes, I know this is a podcast about light work and life talk, but guess what? The whole premise of this podcast is that light work and life talk come together because we can't talk about doing real light work if we don't talk about what's happening in real life. We can't have this whole love and light demeanor. Goddess Tashira, welcome. Thank you. We can't have this whole love and light theory or feelings where we have to ignore um what's really going on in the world because we're up here in the clouds and we're too highly exalted to look down upon the earth and realize that we as a people need help. We as a people have work to do. Because remember, it was not just the 92%. We also had, according to some polls, it was either 78 or 80%. I round up because I want to believe that it was 80%. And quite frankly, it could have been higher. Of Black men had our back in November of 2024. So 80% of Black men, 92% of Black women said this is what we want for the betterment and the highest good for all of us involved in this country. Not just us, but everyone else. Yes, Goddess Mandisa, it's all combined. It's all relative. Because how can we call ourselves healers if we're not looking at what needs to be healed? If we're not taking time to study and understand what needs to be healed. My whole messaging in my business has shifted, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it because I only want to work with the 92%, the Black women who are ready to step into that role. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So let me just say this. Today's episode is a declaration. It's a spiritual boundary. It's a collective energetic shift. Why? Because this energetic shift has actually been building since, 10 years ago. it started really getting sticky back in the era of COVID. Don't y'all remember that moment when we were in our quarantine? Thank you, thank you, thank you for the heart me on TikTok. Um, when we were in quarantine and how peaceful everything was, you could actually hear the birds outside clearly. The air was clearer because you didn't have a whole lot of cars on the road, planes in the air. Everything was different. The energy felt different. It was like the earth was settling. It was like Mama Earth was like, "Mm-mm, y'all get in there and sit down because I got to do some stuff out here because stuff is shifting, stuff is changing." And I said, and I wasn't the only spiritualist that said it, this is beginning of something. There is a major shift happening, and we all need to get ready for it. And it's been building and building and building until it all came to a head in November of 2024 because our ancestors were like, we've been trying to tell y'all for the longest that it's us. It's about us. We got to work on us. So it was beautiful. We had decided collectively that we were going to sit down, that we were going to concentrate on us and our issues. We also said that we were going to rest. We also said that we were going to start buying Black and supporting Black businesses. Now, hear me and hear me well. I love a good TikTok shop like the next person. I do. But what is starting to infuriate me is that the more people are advertising TikTok shop stuff and it ain't stuff from people that look like us. So we need to be utilizing other sites like Shop the Hood. We need to be buying Black. We need to be supporting each other. If you can sit and spend money on someone else's stuff, this person, you don't know them, and you can spend money on them and they can treat you like crap. But because you like their product, you'll accept that they'll treat you like crap. But the minute Black business is late one day with something, oh, we're going to have a fit. Oh, that's why I don't like doing business with us because we just aren't professional. These other places ain't professional either. Case in point, Target. Yeah. You remember that store that we used to love to go in? Because I know I did. I don't know about y'all. I used to love shopping at Target. Target was a whole vibe and experience. That was therapy for me. I would go in, child, and I would be like, ooh, can't wait till my paycheck hit my bank account because on Saturday I'm gonna get up. I'm going to Target and I'm getting ready to get me some stuff for the house, get some stuff for myself. I'm gonna peruse and look around. I'm gonna look at the books. I'm gonna look at the clothes, see what kind of purses and shoes, because I love purses and stuff. I'm gonna see all this stuff. But then they want to decide they want to roll back DEI and start acting real strange and funny toward the people who make them who they are. Yeah. So let me just keep on going in my message because I do have notes and I know that I'm probably jumping all over the place, but just go with me. All right. So we're done. We're not bitter. We're not angry. We're not broken. We are awake. So number one, Black women, we're done explaining ourselves. We should have been done actually, but we've been conditioned to explain and over explain our whole existence, our emotions, our boundaries, eh, our humanity. We have to explain this. Why? Why do we have to explain it? Because we've been socialized to believe that our voices are only valid when they are justified, softened, and intellectualized. We create think pieces online. We do these reaction videos. We didn't do all these emotional dissertations. It never fails. There's a video of somebody saying something idiotic, and then we just have to gather them together. We feel like we have to do it, and we feel like we have to explain ourselves when we're gathering that person together. We have to give them a whole history lesson. Google is free. If they don't want to learn it, why are we trying to force it down their throats? I was gonna say something else. I'm trying my best to like be real. Yeah. Why are we trying to force that down their throats? For people who've already decided they don't want to hear us, only when it works for them. And that, my loves, is energetic leakage. hmm So it's time to redirect that energy back into our own empowerment and community so that we can heal individually and collectively. Because when the ancestors told us to sit down and rest, that was the bat signal for us to redirect and come here. Not to engage in other people's foolishness and fuckery because that's none of our business. Because the other part of us sitting down is us minding our own black business. So here's a light work because I know y'all are like, okay, well, where's the light work? I'm finna tell you. So hold your mute. It's all good. I got you. So I want you to ask yourself, where am I over explaining instead of simply deciding? Where? Where in your life are you doing it? Where are you allowing yourself to be triggered, to be gaslit into over explaining instead of just simply deciding that it is what it is. And I know who I am. Where? The next thing is, who am I trying to convince that has already shown me they're unwilling rather, to understand? Who am I trying to convince that has already shown me that they're unwilling to understand? So here's an affirmation. And I swear, I need y'all to get this one in y'all spirits. All of it, but mm, my existence requires no explanation. Type that into the comments. My existence requires no explanation. Goddess Mandisa said, ooh, that question, there is the tea. Child, listen. I told y'all I was fired up about this. That's why I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta get this message out. Cause I'm trying to love on my sisters right now because we need each other. We need to do this because we are so. When I was doing readings for the end of the year for 2025, and I was doing the um the yearly readings that I do, that I offer, something that was quite clear to me is that Black women are being called to step into their power in a way like never before. And not in the whole generic sense of that, what we hear life coaches say. No, this is us choosing to be who we were created to be and allowing our creative selves to come to the forefront and shine. for the betterment of ourselves, our families, our communities. Pals, what's up? What's up, boo boo? Excuse me. Next thing, other thing we're done apologizing. Yeah, we're so done I'm not apologizing for shit. We're not apologizing. We're not. And if anybody doesn't like salty language, you're free to step. But I'm not apologizing for anything. If I've done something wrong to someone, I'll apologize. But if I'm still like with point number one, trying to explain my existence, I'm not apologizing for that. So we've been taught to shrink ourselves to make other people comfortable, to apologize for our brilliance, our presence, our confidence, our boundaries. But shrinking is a trauma response, and it's not humility. It's not. Sisters, take up space. Yeah, take that space. Take it. It's yours anyway. You belong in every room your spirit leads you to. In every room. So let me just say this right here. So a couple of years ago, I attended this summit for Reiki practitioners. And some of y'all may have heard this story before, but for those that are new to me, I want to tell it because it's relevant to this. I went to this online virtual summit for Reiki practitioners. And the disappointing thing is the lack of representation that was in that room because not only did they miss the mark of Black people being in that room, but they didn't have a lot of people of color at all in there either. And that really didn't sit well with me. And then I was like, I've been doing this for 7 years. And I don't remember getting any invites. I've been in rooms where other practitioners that don't look like us are, and yet I've yet to get an invite to be in those spaces. And then the other part of me said, you don't need no damn invite from them people because they're not speaking your language anyway. So what I did was I created my own summit for the melanated people. And I had the summit that year. And then last year I had one. I didn't hold one this year, but it will hopefully resume if spirit tells me that it needs to resume next year. But my point is, instead of me trying to force my way into a space that's not for me anyway, created my own. Instead of being asked or waiting for an invite to sit at the table, I built my own table and invited other healers to come sit down with me. Just gotta bring your own chairs. Just gotta bring your own chairs. Hey, Goddess Naylin. So this is what I'm talking about. You belong in every space. And we need to stop apologizing for that. Thank you for the heart meme. Stop apologizing for being there. You belong there. You belong there more so than they do. So here's your light work step. This is an energetic posture practice. Are you ready? So first of all, sit up straight. Sit up straight. Don't be slouching. Hold your head up high, sis. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into your solar plexus because that is where the identity is. That is where your um, confidence is. It's also where ego is, but sometimes ego is not a bad thing. It just depends on the energy of which it's showing up. But let's just stick with the word confidence because that makes people feel a little more warm and fuzzy. Breathe into your solar plexus and allow that confidence to come through. And I want you to say, I release the frequency of shrinking. Mhm. I release the frequency of shrinking because it is a frequency. It's the how are you going to vibrate in this moment? Are you going to be at a low vibration or are you going to be at a high vibration? See, I will make it woo if you want it woo, but I need you to understand that that frequency of fighting, of, well, I don't know, I don't think I'm good enough. I'm gonna wait. Ooh, ooh, this is popping in my head. Y'all know I gotta my brain. The other thing that I was noticing, and I'm sure Goddess Erin notices this, Goddess Halleck and Goddess Carol when they do their Black Girls podcasting videos. There are always women in the comments, Black women in the comments. Well, I gotta get a mic first. I gotta do this. I gotta make sure all this stuff is in alignment. And I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready for it. I gotta get ready. Sis, you ready. You was ready when the thought popped in your head that you were gonna do it. You already ready. You've been prepared for this years ago. Please know this. All the stuff that you've been through in life has prepared you for this moment. Babes, you're ready. You're ready. You're ready. Honey, when I did my very first podcast, because I've had a couple of them, my first podcast, baby, I had nothing but my phone. And this was a little old cheap Samsung phone that I had. And no shade against Samsung because they do make good phones. But this phone that I had, babes, mm, it was an older model and the camera and stuff wasn't that great. But you know what? I was like, that's fine. I'm gonna do audio only anyway. So I just started inviting the women that I knew, and thus the starting over at 40 podcast was more. I started with what I had because I knew me. If I just sat around and kept waiting to get the perfect lighting, the perfect microphone, the perfect, this, the perfect that, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. Cause listen, I had a that old phone and I didn't have a ring light, y'all. I took my shade off of my lamp and put it behind my laptop, and that was my lighting. I propped my phone up on my laptop because I knew the camera on the laptop was crap. That was something old that I had too. My laptop's old. And I propped my phone up on my laptop. I had my notes on my laptop, and I had my phone propped up and my lamp by my laptop. That's how I did my first podcast. That's how I did my live videos. If you I've gotten rid of most of my old videos, but if I can dig up one and just share it, I will. But you can tell the difference. Like the lighting was it was not flattering at all. But I knew that I had to just start. Just start. Next thing, black women, if y'all still with me, I know y'all are. We are the blueprint. Our melanin, our bodies, our creativity, our culture, we are the origin point of it all. The world attempts to duplicate us, and we know it. They attempt to duplicate what is divinely coded into us. Do you not understand that what flows through our body, this beautiful DNA that's in our body, is divinely coded? We are divinely coded, divinely created. This is not arrogance. This is ancestral truth. Yes, daughter of Eve. Clock it. So hold your head up and stop letting other people make you feel less than, because you're not. Not in comparison, but in remembrance. Remembering who you are. Remembering who you are. So here's light work step for this one. This is an ancestor connection practice. I want you to place your hand on your heart and say, I carry divine design. I honor my lineage. I carry divine design. I honor my lineage. Now, the other way you honor your lineage is to get off your butt and do what you got to do. Next thing, we're done performing and conforming. We have been performing survival for generations. Oh, sweet Lord. Code switching, tone adjusting, energy masking. Performance is exhausting. Is it not? Is it not? Because it performance is exhausting. And conformity is spiritual suffocation. Yeah. We have to stop trying to make ourselves digestible. You know, how if Black women have hair with like different colors and whatever, it's ghetto. Or this other young lady, she made a video on TikTok and she was talking about gold, wearing gold, and how wearing gold is a cultural thing. But for us, it's cultural. But for the lighter hue, it's ghetto. And unfortunately, we have a lot of non-Black people selling gold to us if we're doing like grills. It makes me so ill that we go into these spaces that are mainly catered to Black people, and the people selling us this stuff don't look like us. And then if we try to get access to it so that we can start selling it ourselves to our people, we have to jump through all kind of hoops to do it. But nevertheless, our cultural things get talked about. Black women wearing our hair in certain ways, and the way that certain clothing that we wear and style of clothing. It's like it's ghetto, it's hood, it's tacky, it's unprofessional until somebody non-Black does it. Until somebody non-Black does it, then it's okay. Then it's stylish. Then it's chic. Then it's different. It's all these different things. So we got to stop performing and conforming, because they just gonna talk about us anyway. Nothing we do is gonna ever be good enough until they want something from us. So we're not gonna contort ourselves to be digestible anymore. We're not gonna move that around. We are moving where we are loved. We're going in places where we are loved. We're going in those places where we are safe. We're creating those safe spaces, because that's important. And we're going where we're celebrated. And just know that our boundaries are not aggression, they are self respect. Put some respect on our names. So here's a boundary ritual. I want you to write down one space you will stop performing in, and one boundary you will enforce this week. So, one space where you're going to stop performing, meaning stop performing the I'm good, I'm fine when you know you're not. Stop performing the good digestible black girl when you want to just be like walking up in there with your fist up and your afro and afro pit with the fist. Yes, we gonna stop it. We gonna stop it. And then I want you to say, I honor myself by choosing alignment over acceptance. Yeah. I honor myself by choosing alignment over acceptance. And the last thing, we're done sharing our magic with the unworthy. Can we all agree to be done with that? Stop sharing our magic with the unworthy. Because not everybody deserves deserves access to Black women. They don't deserve access to our spiritual, emotional, or cultural labor. Because access is not a human right. It's an energetic privilege. Having access to me is an energetic privilege. Everybody type that in the comments. Having access to me is an energetic privilege. We are allowed to gatekeep, y'all. We are. And we need to really, really be doing it more. I love to see it when we do it, but we got to stop. And I know it's not, all of us are not going to stop. Some people are still going to have that cape on, swoop in and save the day and want to give people access to stuff that they really are not worthy of having access to. We can't really stop those sisters from doing that, but what we can do is stop it within ourselves. Because sacred spaces require um, sacred discernment. And this is not an exclusion, it's a protection. We got to protect what's ours. Yes, Goddess Mandisa. Yes to all the goddesses on TikTok. So here's your light work step for that. I need you to do an energetic protection visualization. So I want you to imagine a gold light surrounding you. And then I want you to see a doorway. And you decide who enters through that doorway. So basically, you're putting a shield of protection around you, a hedge of protection that is around you. And you get to decide who has access to that and who does not. So your affirmation for this is my magic is sacred. Access is intentional. My magic is sacred. Access is intentional. Yeah, it is. So before I close this out, I want to tell y'all something that I've been working on. So I have been, it's been a couple of years where I have not taught Reiki live. It's been a couple of years. Um, I had gone through a lot of moments of teaching where I had so much teaching content that I just put it on autopilot, and it was a self-led course where you can go and get your certification. Well, I decided, um, it was actually decided for me. Now I want to get back into teaching because I enjoy it. But this is the energy for what I want to start teaching in. I want us as Black women to return to soft and sacred. So the Reiki that I'm going to be teaching is the same Reiki, but the intention behind it is to help Black women in our quest of resting, to reset, to reclaiming who we are and remembering who we are. It is to help us with reimagining our lives and it's reconnecting us to ourselves, our higher selves. So I'm going to be hosting, or I am hosting, a free masterclass to go a little further and talk about that. So sign up for that will be available um, probably tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. But I really am passionate about this. I'm going to make a video and talk more about it. But I really feel that it is important for us to return to the soft life. And you might be like, well, Black women ain't never had a soft life in this country. No, we didn't. But you know what? Before we set foot, before all of what happened to us, we had a different life. We had a different energy before we were programmed into being who they wanted us to be. So there's a return to softness, the soft being that you were created to be, and that who you really are, where we can shed the layers of armor and everything that we put up because we're afraid. So I'm going to be talking about that a lot in the next coming weeks because enrollment for the course is going to be dropping soon. The other thing I have that's going to be dropping, I have a limited amount, but I have book number 1 starting over at 40, My Sacred Journey to Self-Discovery, Empowerment, and Self-Love. And then I got book number 2, The 7 Steps to Spiritual Liberation for Black Women. This book right here, y'all. This book right here. This book right here. I'm proud of this book, but this book right here, this book right here, I've been reading it myself. I've been doing some of the rituals that I put in there myself, and it has been blessing me. But this is for us to be healing beyond religion and reconnecting to the divine on our own terms. So I'm doing a combo of the 2 books where you can get both books for $25. Like I said, this is limited. The link will drop later on this evening. Get a limited amount that I have together. So we will have these that I will put out there and I will sign them for you if you order. So I just want to let you know that. So let's get back to what we was talking about. So in closing, this whole message was not about hate. It's not about hate at all. I'm a loving person. This is about our healing. And our healing is so important to me now more than ever. And this is not so much about separation as it is about sovereignty. Yeah. So Black women are done begging for our humanity to be respected. We're done. We're remembering our divinity. And from this day forward, we move accordingly. We move accordingly. Black women, we are done. I need us to get that in our spirits so much right now. Share this message with other Black women when this goes into where it needs to be in the different spots. Because I can't really say them because TikTok be weird about stuff. But share this podcast because I need Black women to get on one accord. We got to get on one accord. It is vital to our, spiritual health, our mental and emotional health, and all of this, whether we understand it or not, affects our physical health. So, everybody, let's take a collective breath. Deep inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Now, this last inhale and exhale, when you exhale, I want you to sigh and then say, I am done. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale with a sigh. Ah, I am done. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this was long, but it was just a necessary message. I had to get this off my chest. And I'm so happy that you guys were sitting here with me. You goddesses were here with me. I love you. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, I got nothing else. I feel complete in my spirit. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's all I got is just say I love you. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, I love you. Bye, y'all.